Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Hello? Can you hear me now? Good. Lucas Dawn, thanks for 16 months, says back. Okay, sorry about that. My computer froze up. I really gotta open that thing up and clean it. It's definitely running slow. Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Back to where we were. We were at 6 minutes, 14 seconds. Thank you for those who stuck around.
Yeah, which a lot of people thought was... The Patriots thought was interesting, the name, because it had Don in it. So, did that mean anything? I don't know, because you know President Donald Trump. I don't know. But, oops, nope, did not want to go there. But that happened last year. So this is the first time we've seen Russia. They had some missiles on there, but I don't think they were nuclear, like serious missiles on there. But it kind of, you know, got people a little bit nervous. They were trying to mount it on Fox and a lot of the Patriot channels. So it's happened a couple times, I guess, in the last couple years, year and a half. So this isn't the first time we've seen it. Okay. What is interesting is that I did look up, try to find any articles about where the Russia-Belgorod sub is now, the one that is just recently. And outside of a few weeks ago, like I said, everybody was saying in a cartoon too, weren't really.
Okay, I think I'm done with Evil Hannah. Unless I can find a more interesting... Like, I want to save her, but I gotta find, like, a more Q-oriented...
Actually, fun fact.
Chromatic Cuttlefish says, Amida Buddha, the nega Hannah's aggressively confident ignorance makes my teeth ache, and mollusks don't even really have teeth.
Jamie Lissow, who is a guest on there a lot of times, he actually came to Lexington, Kentucky.
Alright, let's move on.
So...
This guy is a leader of a political party in the Netherlands, and he has 8 seats in the House of Representatives with his party.
So I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe that we are being governed by a global conspiracy of evil reptiles. My view is...
Reptilians.
That the only global player who is opposing that is Vladimir Putin. So I'm a fan of Vladimir Putin. I think he is the Dark Knight. He is the hero we need. He is the man who is exposing the globalists. That's what he's already doing. So basically the special military operation is already a success because he's exposing the beast. And I think he's going to win. And if he wins, then it will mean the defeat of the globalist movement of the American empire. And that's why I feel it's so important for me to speak out, because I think I'm the only one who is speaking out like this in the world. I'm the only one who's saying Putin is a hero and he must win. And we must do whatever we can to support him because he is fighting our fight. And yeah, it's weird that I'm always the only one who says these things.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I'm burning secret documents here in my fireplace. You better get your act together and do what I tell you to do, 'cause I'm king of the world, King Trump.
What?
The R Party, party of extremists. Anti-abortion, we're ending abortion. Voting, we're ending voting. Winning, we won. Don't even bother voting, because we're telling you we already won. Party of extremists. And their leader, Donald Trump, now it's revealed he was charging the Secret Service $1,200 a night. $1,200 for a motel room for a night, right into his pocket. His son said, oh, we're charging them $50. They were charging $1,200. And the CDC, the pandemic, COVID, Trump lied. He changed the reports. He lied. He out and out lied about vaccines.
I think he's trying to be funny and he's criticizing Trump, but he's weird as fuck. So alright, whatevs. That's the laser thing. Dr. Gamble says I need to stop looking away from the stream because every time something weird happens, like this guy shows up.
G'day everybody. How are we on the 12th of the 10th, 2022, Wednesday afternoon at 4:17 p.m. G'day.
This guy... No.
G'day.
Look at the tiny microphone.
That's better. I don't have to talk too loud. G'day Dean, how are you? How's your afternoon or evening or morning going? I went to the Hypercoaster today. I got one riding.
Hold on, let me turn this up. He's being super quiet.
Let me see who else is on here.
Overthought says this is why you lost to emus.
Just go down through the list down here. Have a look. Gee, I tell you, I got nearly 5,000 friends on this Facebook list. Talk. Movies. Good day, mate. You're going to go on TikTok. Dean Hartland.
Is this the BBC shipping?
Yeah, I'll be going on TikTok, just doing a little show on Facebook. And I'm going to get the two phones up and running because I'm on the Wi-Fi at home. I'm going to go live on TikTok and Clapper at the same time. Clapper's another platform like TikTok. People that are my friend on Facebook. When people, welcome to my channel. Maybe I should go over to TikTok. It's a lot more entertaining over there. Don't you reckon, Dean? Facebook doesn't really do it for you anymore, eh? Facebook's virtually become a thumbs down. It has. I mean, for someone to have nearly 5,000 friends on Facebook and 2,500 followers, you'd think that I'd have more than 2 people on my channel, wouldn't you? Well, I did going back a few years ago, but when I woke up, a lot of people were about Planet X, Nibiru in the sky.
Planet X Nibiru on the bingo card. Do we still have those? Are those still on the bingo card?
That's when the government started waking up to me that I'm switched on. See, I'm still unvaccinated. And I have lung disease, emphysema, bronchitis, I've had a collapsed lung and all.
Oh, yikes, you should get vaccinated.
And I was still smoking me cigarettes with me collapsed lung when I was laying in hospital.
Oh, yikes. Well...
Yeah, but I'm not dead. And that was 20 years ago, my lung collapsed. You know what I mean? And I'm still smoking after 20 years when my lung collapsed. I'm laying in hospital smoking cigarettes still. You know what I mean? So smoking doesn't kill everybody. You got the FEMA camps vaccine.
Sorry.
Facebook's virtually become dead. And that was 20 years ago, my lung collapsed. You know what I mean? And I'm still smoking after 20 years when my lung collapsed. I'm laying in hospital smoking cigarettes still. You know what I mean? So smoking doesn't kill everybody. What kills people is the government lying to us all and poisoning us all.
Nope, it's cigarettes will kill you. Don't smoke.
That's what's killing us, especially these chemtrails that's above us, called cloud seeding. C-L-O-U-D, seeding, S-E-E-D-I-N-G.
I know how to spell both of those words, sir. Kirthan says stream boss snipe. Kirthan becomes the stream boss, I believe. Cool.
Seeding, cloud seeding. Poison chemicals with nanoparticles and aluminium and graphene oxide in it. So in that graphene oxide, that what was in that vaccine.
No No, it was not. That's a claim that a lot of these anti-vax people touted a lot. It does not have it in it, no.
That's their Wi-Fi antenna to connect to the 5G.
Tracking microchips on the bingo card.
Towers.
And 5G, but we already had that.
And the nanoparticles that was in it used to make up your SIM card, like a SIM card inside your phone. And then when they turn that 5G tower on, they control you. And if you
That's not how anything works. People aren't robots.
don't do as you're told, they turn the power up and you have an electromagnetic heart attack. I mean, getting rid of one of us, there's thousands and millions of others they can prey on, so getting rid of me doesn't mean that it's going to make a change, because they've still got thousands of others to attend to.
Forrest Espion says, so this the Australian tinfoil conservative? LOL, the only real difference is the accent.
And when the public realises and wakes up that we're all being played off like pawns, then maybe, you know, people might start to wake up about your grandchildren's future. That when we're all dead, what happens to our grandkids? Our government's going to control and take them over, send them into mission camps like FEMA camps. But we're dead, we're not going to know about it. But
hey, maybe you should start caring about climate change, because that's an actual real thing that's happening that your grandchildren are going to have to deal with instead of all this fantasy stuff you're making up. Hydrate.
while we're alive, we can put a stop to their filthy laws that they want to bring in, so we can all protect our own children as well as our own grandkids in the future to come when we're not here. At least we tried protecting our children. But if you don't stand up and try to protect your children or your grandchildren's future, then how much love do you really have for your grandkids? If you don't want to protect their future once we're all gone. Because I'm seriously telling you, the government's just praying for all of us to vanish, and then they can prey on all our kids and all our grandkids.
He's aware that the concept of linear time means that he will die eventually no matter what, right? Because he kind of feels like right now he's acting like if the government doesn't shoot him with a 5G laser, then he'll live forever and perpetually be able to, like, save his children and grandchildren. That's not how this works. You're gonna die, sir, at some point, probably sooner rather than later because of your constant smoking after having a collapsed lung. It's gonna happen. And then one day your kid will grow old, and they'll also die, and so will your grandkid. That's how time works.
And they'll brainwash and throw them in FEMA camps and make them do as they're told.
Sir, you're in Australia. FEMA's an American thing. Elminato says, can you prove he won't die? He has yet so many, he may be immortal. That's true. That's true.
Because our grandkids would have been brainwashed from the uneducated schools that they were taught wrong. Like the earth is round when it's actually flat.
Oh no, he's a flat earther! Flat earth on the bingo card. Vast Lunacy says, to be fair, if my lung collapsed 20 years ago and I kept on moving, I think I'm immortal too. Fair.
You know, people need to get educated and look at maps that go back thousands and thousands of years ago, before 1959, before maps were changed to a round globe, like a basketball. Well, all maps...
Globes predate 1959. Globes were a thing before NASA was made.
Maps thousands of years ago, including crop circles and Egyptian stone wall tablets, they don't lie. Thousands of years ago, showing a firmament with a flat earth with a dome over us with a yin and a yang going around as the sunlight in dark shadow. I mean, our star system's been following my head for the last 53 years, when if I'm travelling to Perth, that's 5,000 kilometres away, okay? So that means when I look over my shoulder, I'm not going to see Movie World Car Park with the Joker coaster sitting there. I'm 5,000 kilometres away, I've moved on. Well, same thing, if we're hurtling through space at the speed of sound at 500,000 miles an hour, then I've travelled 53 years in my life through space at the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Why am I still looking at the Aquarius and Capricorn and Gemini?
Oh, okay. Stars are very far away. Stars are far away, so over human lifetimes we don't see changes in the positions of the stars relative to ourselves that can be seen with the naked eye. You can use parallax effect to actually measure how much it is changing, and it is changing, but it changes too slowly for us to really notice on a human level without using tools to measure it.
My star system.
Devil Summoner Marie says, I want to see a debate between this guy and one of those flat earthers who don't believe in Australia.
Going over my head for. It's like it's a magnet attached to my planet. When I should see a whole complete different cosmo, stars in the sky, especially if I've travelled 53.
No. That's not how it works. Again, the stars you see are incredibly far away. Like hundreds of millions of miles.
Years.
So the distance that our particular solar system is traveling around the Milky Way galaxy, it's not moving fast enough to, like, move relative to the other stars that we can see. That's not how it works.
Speed of sound hurtling through space at 500,000 miles an hour. And if I'm chasing a fireball at 66,000 miles an hour, and I can't even feel myself moving.
You don't feel movement, you feel acceleration.
At 1,000 miles an hour, and I know water finds its own level on a flat surface, but I know it rolls off on a ball, and it's not that invisible gravity everyone says, because if you seriously think about it, everyone, if we're living on the side of this rock, of this globe they say that we're on.
That's a piece of paper or something, so that's not a sphere, but okay, for illustrative purposes.
So all our cars and machinery and tractors and trucks and all our...
At least I came prepared. I have, look at, I have a... Come prepared for your presentation, sir.
Our houses are all hanging out sideways.
No, because up and down are a function of being, what's the opposite of parallel? Perpendicular to the gravitational pull. So no, I'm sitting up right now because down is towards the center of the Earth, and down on a sphere is going to be towards the center of mass, which would be the core of the planet. We're all on different positions over a sphere, so to us, if I'm over here, down is this way, and if you're over here, down is this way, but we're both being pointed, again, gravitationally towards the center of mass of the planet, which is the center of the Earth. Artemis8192, thanks for 22 months. 2-month anniversary. Devil Summoner Marie says, it's also important to remember that the stars are also moving, but once again, they're very far away. We actually have ancient star charts that do show constellations to be different. Hell, we've had like 3 different North Stars over the course of recorded human history due to movement, and we will again eventually.
And we're all not even feeling to drop. So we're all living on a side of a rock, and we can all walk around on a side of a rock.
Yes, gravity exists.
And it's invisible gravity that's all holding us there, and we can't...
Yeah, there are a lot of things you don't see but are real. Like, you can't see the wind, you can see the effects of the wind, but you don't see it with your naked eye. It doesn't mean it's not real. You can't see magnetism, but magnetism exists. You can see the effects of magnetism. Gravity. You can't see gravity, but you can see the effects of gravity, and you can mathematically express it.
I can't feel it, so I can still bat down here. You can bowl down here, and I can hit a 6 and send the cricket ball way up into the air like that. I don't think so.
Can you throw a cricket ball that far on the Earth?
I'm more like sending it across the sky because the Earth is flat.
It's not.
Now, there's too much education to even make myself debunk it. When I was a round earther for 50 years, I thought the world was round, but I never ever thought about the star system above me that seems to be chasing me for 53 years when I've been travelling through space at 500,000 miles an hour. I should see a whole new star system like when I fly to Perth. I won't see Movie World and Dream World car park. I'll see a whole new atmosphere.
The stars are further away than Perth. Do I need to explain that? Perth is not as far as stars are. Dr. Gamble says, this guy should play Outer Wilds. It'll blow his mind when he tries to think which way is up and down without gravity. Fun game.
Fear of a whole new scenery.
Alright, everyone, we're going to Bendigo.
Or why am I still seeing the same scenery above my head? And also, if they said our sun is yellow, and it's 93 million miles out in space that we're chasing that fireball, well then, why is the sun in the sky looking so close, and why is it white?
Sun big. Sun very big. Sun hot. Sun very hot.
Because it's a star pole. That's the 5-point St. David star that sits above your Christmas tree. And your Christmas tree is your tree of life, the branches of our ancestry, of our DNA, of our family. And the North Pole is the hollow earth to Ungartha, to another civilization underneath us, of the reptilians and the greys. And
This guy's got it all. It's Ceci with some bits says, Hannah, you should write a children's book about space. No, that would be awful.
the tall whites. And the Colonian aliens and the Anunnakis, they're on the other side of the butter wall, called the Ice Antarctic Wall. You enter that wall by going around into the Badawata Gates, and they are down near New Zealand and Australia, and they melt once a year, and that's between September and December. But be very careful when you enter the ice gully, because NASA will shoot you dead with their machine guns.
You know, the NASA machine guns. Stone Corbell says this guy is the conspiracy theory royal flush.
And if they do miss, they'll have their Black Hawk helicopter and their military after you, and you'll go missing
NASA's single Black Hawk helicopter.
and never be seen again. Because they don't want you returning back to this flat earth and showing proof that you got to the edge and this is the truth on what our earth really looks like. You will blow Illuminati's deep, dark
Illuminati on the bingo card.
secret out the window, and everyone on planet Earth will realise and wake up that we're all being played off like on a checkerboard pawn. Like with Planet X, getting every photo of a checkerboard chess set icon formation pattern, from a pawn to a checkerboard pattern to a castle to a horse to a throne, a trumpet, and a king and a queen and someone sitting on that throne. Getting every
So chess sets, hold on, I think we gotta add this to our list of things that are like Freemason stuff. He said Illuminati, but you know, same diff. Chess, so we need to add chess to this, I think. Let's see. Chess pieces. Hold on, I gotta fix some of the spacing on these. Okay, that's a little better. So, orange, 33 butterflies, the sun, 5-pointed star, pyramids, eyes, the color blue and gold, the colors black and white, covering one eye, rock on hand symbol, crowns, spirals, the moon, magic circles, Shakespeare, Freemason stairs, diamonds, big cat print clothing, lightning, Saturn, cages, pizza, backwards words, masks, arches, heart symbols, peace signs, red shoes, 666, pine cones, tiny cars, the colors red and blue together, baths, winking, and chess pieces are all Freemason Illuminati symbols according to the conspiracy theorists we've covered. Why pine cones? Hey, I wrote down the things. I didn't write down why. Dr. Gamble says NASA's shooting you down. Oh no.
Release the drone.
Charles Styles, Mystery Diners!
Dang it!
Every infrastructural outline detail of that pattern and icon that matches our checkerboard chess set game board on Earth, that matches our Queen's Court Virgin Mary Church system, police Freemason system, well then, why is it that the government keeps kicking me out of their police stations and courthouses when I question them about these things I'm seeing inside the sun, the shadows, the formation? That's why your magistrate will sit in a courthouse.
You go into the courthouse and tell them you see things when looking at the sun, and you expect them to deal with this how? Sorry, we'll get right on that. We'll fix the sun for you. Stop looking at the sun!
A horse wig, looking like a horse from the Melbourne Cup. You will stand on a checkerboard floor inside the Queen's Court bench as a pawn, a naughty pawn. You will be delivered by...
Have I been a naughty pawn?
A vehicle with a checkerboard pattern written all over it from a bishop called a police officer. And you will be entering a castle. And then you will be dealt with the throne from the horse of the magistrate. So you are the pawn. You're on the checkerboard of the flat earth. You do a jaywalk. The police pick you up as a bishop, put you in a checkerboard car, deliver you to a castle, charge you, and then deliver you in a checkerboard car to a Queen's Court castle, and then put you in front of a horse as a magistrate on a checkerboard floor to be dealt with and scaled up your charges, if how heavy and light they are, and deal with you with a church cross that happens to be the throne.
Word salad on the bingo card. Auntie Pretzel says, whoa, hold up there, Smokey Joe. We ain't playing, SBURB, Sburb. This ain't Homestuck. I don't get it. Gnome Pickle says, it's the flame elementals on the sun. They're plotting against us. I've seen it. No, officer, I will not leave.
Now, this throne here behind me happens to be the crossing wing 10th planet, with the 7 stars below, as the 7 Anunnakis and the 7 gods.
I'm not going to look up the reason the Australian flag looks like that, but I know for a fact one part is because they're part of the Commonwealth. It's because they're, you know, it's a Union Jack, basically, in the corner. I don't know what the 7 stars represent, or the blue. I don't really care. But it's definitely not Anunnaki shit.
This throne, it is in front of the X, and everyone knows the X in Roman numerals is 10. And they found the 10th planet, NASA did.
The Union Jack predates NASA, I think. You know what? I know it does. I know it does for a fact, so what the fuck? Dr. Gamble says, how to fix the sun. That'll do it.
That's why they kicked out the moon, Pluto 9, and brought in the 10th planet.
The stars are the Southern Cross. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And called it Planet 9. If they left Pluto 9 in our orbit with our other 8 planets, then they would have had to say they found the 10th planet. Then
what? No, what? Pluto stopped being a planet because it was it's tiny. It's really tiny, so it's not classified as a planet. I think it's a dwarf planet.
You and everybody else that didn't know would have woken up immediately. Wormwood, Nibiru, the Death Stars in the sky. That planet with the hole in it that I found live on video. That's in the Death Star movie, Star Wars.
Oh, he literally means a Death Star. He literally means a Death Star. Oh, no.
That planet.
On the bright side, the documentary Star Wars did tell us how to stop the Death Star. We just need an X-Wing and someone who's good with trenches. Is anyone here good at shooting womp rats with your T-16?
It's my profile on TikTok. Now, having all that truth and having it all there, people have seen my photos.
Yes, believe sci-fi tech actually exists.
No one can't debunk it. Just can't debunk it. And I'm seriously telling you, like this. Here, you got the checkerboard, you got the star, you got the pawn, the horse, you got the pawn, you got the police officer as the bishop, you've got someone sitting down on the throne, a king and a...
Some of these I kind of see where the pareidolia's coming from. Pareidolia on the bingo card, by the way. Other ones I think are a stretch. Either way, it's not chess pieces in space. Chromatic Cuttlefish says the Australian flag has a representation of the Southern Cross, plus a large 7-pointed star which represents the 6 states of the territories.
Queen. And if you look closely here, I'll zoom in, you can see a reptilian head in the middle there.
We're plumper than that. Jamie the Bnee says, it's not necessarily the size, but that the IAU decided a planet needed to be able to clear its orbit, forgetting how exoplanets are classified regardless of the IAU's silly planet definition, and they didn't even have a quorum when they voted. Sorry if this is late, I'm on mobile, but fuck the IAU, Pluto's a planet. Why do people have hard opinions on the Pluto thing? Am I the only one not emotionally attached to the planet Pluto? I don't care.
Right there in the centre is a reptilian head, and there is a Egyptian sitting down with its hands over its knees. You can see it very clearly, very depending on the way you bend your light. And there's your king and your queen, okay? And there's your pastor and your dog, okay? And then up here, you got the planet with the hole from my telescope. Video. Here you got the throne. Now that's the same, and there's your church cross. And then we come down here, and we got the castle. I'll give you a better look on the castle. The castle's there. You know, so, and then you got the church cross there, Planet X, and someone blowing the trumpet. Now, no one can really deny the truth. The only reason why they want to deny the truth is, I'll tell you why, is because they don't want to believe.
Solaris Lunas, glad to have you back. Steve with a Q says, actually Pluto is definitely a dwarf planet, but it's not because of size or some arbitrary orbital clearing. It's a dwarf planet because of its inordinate love of mining gold, plus the beard. Where would we be without Pluto's luscious, luscious beard?
Believe the truth because they're scared. Because if they can block that truth out, they're not scared anymore. But it doesn't mean that it's not coming anymore.
Tricked by obvious Photoshop would make a good bingo spot.
It's still coming. And they'll have to deal with that when it arrives and they see it for themselves. But it could be months or years before that happens, so they're not going to stress themselves out for that period of time that it's coming. So if they block it out, they block it out. That's good, but it's still coming. Just because you don't believe in Planet X, it doesn't mean it's not coming. Now, to have all that inside the sun...
We all know the 10th planet is Mondas. Stop hiding the truth.
I should not see, because it's all Freemasonry and Virgin Mary Church police system photographs from a checkerboard chess set, and I've got it all in the sky and the sun that I should not get. I got told our sun's on fire, and it's 93 million miles out in space, but...
I mean, it's a nuclear reaction. It's not combusting in the traditional sense.
The sun's white, and it's too close. It's just above my hat. 365,000 miles above on a yin. Goes around on a 24-hour clock with a dark shadow. Imagine that being the Earth. Well, that's the Earth, and then you got like that light, and the moon goes around like that as well. And think about it, everyone. You are allowed to think for yourself, remember that. Don't let someone think for you or the government think for you. Because you got to remember.
Remember, the government tells you not to stare at the sun. Us free thinkers know it's a great idea. Don't stare at the sun.
You let other people think for you, you might be making the biggest mistake in your life. You can let someone try to think for you as try to search for something like search for Planet X or Flat Earth. But it doesn't mean you bully that person because he asked you that question.
Don't bully your sister.
And it doesn't mean you call him names
Oh yeah, he's a flat earther.
and put him down for that question. You just think, I'm going to research that. Because you'll be surprised if you actually stood there and put that person down for questioning you with that question, and you laughed at him and belittled him and put him down and called him stupid names, then you did decide to search that up, what he was on about. You may get slapped and kicked in the mouth by the truth that's just popped up in the internet, that this person you just put down and belittled was actually telling you the truth. So that's why you never judge a book by its cover, because you can search something and it can slap you straight in the face and kick you out under, thinking you...
What he's saying is ridiculous, but honestly, who do you trust more? I go by who has the tiniest microphone, and what I'm saying sounds right, but I mean, I look at his tiny microphone and then I look at this, and I just don't know what to believe, if I'm being honest.
You serious? Like the $9 million cat. People said on TikTok I got no search for $9 million cat because they had no idea how to search for a $9 million cat. So I had to do the homework for them.
$9 million cat? Chiba Hawk says, never judge a book by its cover, especially when you can't read. Do I want a tiny microphone? I'll have you know, I have the tiniest microphone in the biz, if you know what I mean.
Because they had lazy minds. Uneducated people these days, you know. So I found it immediately and posted it and put it up on TikTok and said, here's your $9 million cat, and it's also had babies. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not rocket science, everyone. You just got to educate yourself and teach yourself. Yeah. Are you going live? Yeah, I'm going live later on TikTok. I am. I'm waiting for this one here to charge up. And I'm going to go live on both phones. On Clapper as well. Yeah, OZ Black. David Kelly. Can we get a room tour? No, not really, Samuel. Just, this is my little man cave where I sit. I don't think that you really need to know. All it is a stereo and a laptop and a few photos of Planet X and a TV. That's it, not much of it. Interesting, Mark. I'll sing you this song. It's called Yodel Poker. It's 1951. It's from Kenny Roberts. And I'm not going to play any music, so it's just going to hear my voice. But I'll show you how good I've got by practicing my yodeling. And
This video has everything.
I'll yodel from hour to hour, from minute to minute, from day to night. I'll practice. I'll sing the same song 100 times to drum it in my head. Because I've got no lyrics. They're invisible lyrics, like the invisible gravity. Like, if I drop this lighter, the only reason why it fell, because the lighter is a lot heavier than the condensity of the air that it was sitting in.
It's heavier than the density. Weight and density are two different measures.
So if it was as light as the air, like helium, well, it would rise, wasn't it? Or and if there wasn't a...
That would be because the helium is creating an adversarial force to gravity, lift, and that lift is enough to escape the force of gravity.
enough helium in it, then it would float and stay leveled with the air that it's in. But put one drop of water on it, it would drop because of the condensity just changed, if you understand what I mean. So I don't believe in gravity, because how can we be living on the side of a ball and and we all can't even feel ourselves moving, and all our buildings are all sticking out this way, and we're all driving on the side of a mountain. That's like trying to drive on the side of Ayers Rock. I mean, you go...
Earth is not the size of New Jersey. Earth is huge. All flat earthers seem to have a problem conceptualizing the size of planet Earth, and it's a huge problem.
No chances of driving or living on the side of the rock and walking around and playing baseball and cricket and all on the side of a rock. You can't live on the side of a mountain and run around on it without falling off it. But because of the invisible gravity that's holding us here on this ball is a load of rubbish. Sorry. Like I said, this is a lot heavier than the air, that's why it fell when I let go of it.
The irony is that the reason that you can't stand on the side of a mountain is because it's on Earth, and gravity is a thing on Earth. And if you stand, again, like this on a mountain, gravity's gonna pull you down because nothing is there to stop you from getting closer towards the center of where the mass of the Earth is. You will always try and fall towards the center of gravity, the center of the Earth in this case. So the situation he is describing is literally a demonstration of gravity functioning.
And all aeroplanes, if they had to go over the Earth like that, they would lose control from 900 kilometres an hour at speed. They would be out of control, they'd smash, because they would be doing a nosedive. And you can ask a airline pilot.
Again, he vastly, by orders of magnitude, is underestimating the size of the Earth.
Do you got to do any readjustments for the curvature of the Earth, that when we go over the Earth? And they'll laugh in your face and say, what curvature? There is no curvature. And all...
Yeah, pilots will definitely say that.
Construction and engine.
I, too, can make up hypothetical scenarios in which I'm proven right, miraculously. Ask an airline pilot this thing, and they'll say the Earth is flat. I don't think they will. Pilots do not think the Earth is flat. Gnome Pickles says, does he think planes are skimming space? I don't know. I think so.
Engineers never ever have to worry about changing the instrument of the construction for the curvature of the Earth when they're building bridges.
They do actually. If a bridge is long enough, you do in fact have to take curvature into account. Thanks for asking.
To run from China to another country, and they've got to go over the Earth like that. That's a curve, because there's supposed to be a curve every 1 mile on the Earth. And there's not, because when I fly to Perth 5,000 kilometres away, the whole Earth is flat all the way.
Does he think the Earth is like a step pyramid? It's a sphere. The curvature is distributed over all of it. There is no severe, like, curvature unless you look from very far away. It's gradual. A cat didn't appear on camera, but they were below the camera, but you could hear them, I think, so I'll count that as cats make a cameo.
You just got to get educated, everyone. You do.
I'll count that as idiot thinks he's a genius. Retro Pastiche says, I'm reconsidering all my life choices right now if this guy thinks he's smart enough to challenge actual science. Have the confidence of this man, okay? Have this confidence.
Okay. Here we go. This song's called The Yodel Poker. It's quick, it's short, and it's probably not any longer than 30 seconds.
Beautiful. Logarth says, I'm really enjoying Australian Ernest P. Worrell.
So let's do it. Can you yodel? I'll show you how to yodel. I've been practicing. When you practice, you sound good. I did start off with a yodel O-del-D. A yodel O-del-D. A yodel O-del-D. That's how I sang back 2013. But when I heard a yodely diddly dee, that's when I ended up getting into a yodely yodel dee. And then the more you practice, the better you get. But anyway, we'll give this song a go, and I've got no lyrics, so I can look at you. Because I got invisible lyrics, I've only got sound here.
Why did you get a degree? I could have just made shit up. You know, you're probably more successful than this guy, if I'm being honest. I think you made the right choice.
Here's something new, something hot, something new, haven't it a lot? The one is something new that like, it's the yodel polka. You can lead a saxophone, a clarinet, or slide trombone to square your throat from your nose tone to sing a yodel polka. Sing it day and sing it night, sing it anytime you like, it'll cheer you up, make things right, it's the yodel polka.
I'd hate to see what he was like before practicing. Gnome Pickle says, is there an Australian who can translate what was just heard? Did my brain just lose the ability to process?
That's it.
Can he open for Danzy? G-Tara says, pilots actually don't have to make adjustments for the curvature because the planes will naturally follow the curvature as they fly, mostly because, surprise, surprise, the Earth is effing huge. Elminato says, even with the bad lung, this man has the voice of an angel. And Dr. Gamble posts...
Hey, wow, I didn't like that.
Oh.
Sing it again, you get better. Show you. Try. Sound better than the first time. Practice makes good practice.
He's gonna do it again? Oh, we have an encore performance! Lucky us!
Here's something new, something hot, something new, haven't it a lot? The water, something you don't like, it's the yodel polka. You don't need a saxophone, a clarinet, or slide trombone to square your throat for a nice good tone to sing a yodel polka. You sing it day and sing it night, sing it anytime you like, it'll cheer you up, make things right, it's the yodel polka. I do it 3 times.
Come on, man! Asmodine747, thanks for gifting a sub.
You get better and better the more you practice. Here's something new, something hot, something new, haven't it a lot? The water, something new that like, it's the yodel polka. See, you don't need a saxophone, a clarinet, or slide trombone to clear your throat from west to tone to sing a yodel polka. So you can play and sing at night, sing it anytime you like, it'll cheer you up, make things right, it's the yodel polka. Sing that 10 times and I'll tell you what, you're going to know it inside your head. You can sing yourself to sleep with it.
I don't think I'll ever sleep again.
Have you been practicing? I was only 19. Yes, I have. Yes, I actually have. I was only thinking about the person that said to me about that song, and I have been practicing it. Let me give you the tip.
Ashy Boo says, shall we compare? Oh, God. Why not?
Here's something new, something hot, something you haven't heard a lot. We know it's something you will like. It's the yodel polka.
I don't know, I like the other guy better.
Let me go to my history. Oh yeah, I got better and better and better and better at it. It's just, you can't miss the lyrics if they're too fast, so you got to catch them and memorise them if you do miss them. And what was happening on one of the songs is when I was waiting for the song lyrics to appear in front of me, he already sang 3 words in the song before I got to see the lyrics, so then I was left behind because I didn't know the lyrics, and I didn't like that. I like the lyrics to be in front of me so I can stay tuned running with it, so I'm not out of tune and I'm running with the words with the artist. I'm just looking for it now. I go through a lot of my history. It could be a mile and a half down the road, this thing. Because I was listening to quite a lot of it. Thanks, I'm not interested. I still have a clean police record even after I was accused of all that bullshit in 97 from the Western Australia Police.
What happened in 1997?
But my record's still clean. And I've had my driver's licence for 37 years, and I've never lost it. I only lost it because I didn't get out of bed and say yes or no for a politician, but that's not a traffic offence. So I've never been done for drink driving or drug driving because I don't take drugs and don't drink alcohol. That's why I haven't been caught doing that shit, because I don't believe in doing that shit. You know, I sit and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes and yaddle and go to the theme park and make hypercoaster numbers and become the world king record of riding a hypercoaster in the world.
What?
I lost it. I only lost it because I didn't get out of bed and say yes or no for a politician, but that's not a traffic offence. So I've never been done for drink driving or drug driving because I don't take drugs and don't drink alcohol. That's why I haven't been caught doing that shit, because I don't believe in doing that shit. You know, I sit and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes and yaddle and go to the theme park and make hypercoaster numbers and become the world king record of riding a hypercoaster in the world.
He wants to become the world record holder in riding the hypercoaster, which I'm assuming is a roller coaster at some theme park close to him. This man, you're right. Umatsa, this man has layers. He's like an onion.
Because to be honest with you, everybody, let me work this out. Right? Well, my mind's been a bit busy today, so I need a calculator now. Okay, I've done 3,321 rides on this hypercoaster. And I times that on a 1.4 kilometre track. That is a total of 4,649 kilometres and 400 metres I have done. Now, if I go 3,321 rides and I times that for the clock ride on how long it takes to ride it, 2.15, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, that is the total of me sitting on that hypercoaster track, riding that hypercoaster in this ride time. I've done 7,000 hours, 140 minutes and 15
Thanks, Occult Comics. I'll look in a little bit.
seconds I've sat on that hypercoaster in 20 months and 18 days. I'm really proud of myself. And I also wore the paint off the track. That's why it had to be painted. You know, I got my money's worth out of it, definitely. So I want to get to 3,333. That leaves me 12 rides to go. And then I can leave that for that year until I get back from Perth and Broken Hill. And then I can renew my ticket in January next year or December this year. Because I won't be here when my ticket probably runs out anyway. Because I want to go to Perth. But they...
Let's take a look at the image Occult Comics made. Gotta pull it up real quick. It's a good emote. Let me add it real quick. What, honey? Hi. Hi. Yeah. I'll just add it as a follower emote, because I get 5 follower emotes. So make sure you follow, and then you can have it, even if you don't subscribe.
They want $900 and $1,100 and $600 one way to Perth. So I looked it up, and I went on Webjet, and I can get a ticket for $65 to fly to Sydney, and then I can fly to Melbourne for, I think, $45, and then from Melbourne I can fly to Adelaide for $85, and then from Perth I can fly to Perth for $357 from Adelaide.
Why
So
is
then
he
I
just
worked
talking
out,
about the price to get to different places?
well, it still works out near $680. I mean, you know, like, this is just bullshit. It's a joke. I mean, by the time you get to the west, you have no bloody money to live on. So you have to think of another way. So you try to get the way up to the gateway up to Adelaide, and if you can get to Port Augusta. My sister said, "Did you get to see your daughter?" Said, "No." She said, "That was a waste of time." Said, "No, as long as I tried, that's what's important, that's what counts. There's no skin off my nose as long as I tried. That's it. As long as you try, but then eventually you get sick of trying. But you just keep going back. And eventually yourself will tell you when to stop trying. And eventually I just gave up. It's like, yeah, well, what's the point?" So, you know. But I've decided I want to go to Perth and look for my 3 children, because I like to see my 3 children face to face and ask them,
Oh no. That explains his obsession with Perth.
what's their problem? Hiding isn't solving the problem. You need to tell me to my face, because I'm your father. So you tell me to my face. You're 32 years old, you're 29 years old, and you're 24 years old. So the 3 of yous
Clearly they don't want anything to do with you, probably for very good reason based on this video.
can man up, grow some balls, and my daughter can grow some tits and woman up. Because your father's coming to Perth to see us, and I'm going to track yous down. I don't care if you kill the cops, because they don't scare me. Let me give you the tip, because I want my dog day in court with the Western Australia Police. Let me give you the tip, so they don't scare me one bit. Let me give you the tip. Seriously, they try throwing any charges or bullshit rubbish at me like ABOs against me, I'll be having them charged. I'll be putting ABOs against the Western Australia Police to keep away from me. Exactly. And I've never been to jail either, everyone, if anyone wanted to know that.
I hope his kids are able to get him help if they care to. Or he gets some help, because he is off the deep end.
I have a clean police record. They tried chucking me in jail for stupid shit I didn't do, even though they found the murderers that did it and chucked them in jail, but I didn't get me apology letter. Exactly. Have you been practicing? Yeah, we have. We get back to that. We're still looking. Yeah, I'm going about 2 miles down the,
Sky Comet says in Skyrim, if you try and read an Elder Scroll without training, you either go blind or go insane. Clearly this poor man stumbled upon one of them.
highway of my history
He's a real-life moth priest.
list. It should be here. Do you know what? Be a lot bloody quicker if I bloody type it in. I reckon.
This is the gift that keeps on giving. Congrats on the nuptials, by the way. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I found it. Just let me see how loud it is. Can't have it too loud or you won't hear me.
Oh, God.
Mum and Dad and Denny saw the passing out parade at Punkapungo. To sleep. At night time, just the jungle, dog and barking M16. And go.
It ends after he sings. This guy is, interesting. Thank you to whoever sent him to me. I'm gonna save him. If that works. His video page isn't working for some reason. Can I at least get his... Like, he has a TikTok, right? Oh, wow, he really does like roller coasters. Poor guy. Alright. Saved. Moving on. Retro Prestige says he lives near me. We're almost on a boost train.
We knew you were gonna come to Trump. Here you are, but you better think carefully. 'Cause we are capable of anything and everything. Don't make yourself a rival. Better be done.
Steve of the Q says Danzy Train with 100 bits.
Trump's ally.
Lily loves stuff. No, you don't! Lily loves stuff with 100 bits says boosting for Danzy. Gnome Pickles with 100 bits says how can I not help boost this amazing impromptu concert?
But don't make Donald Trump your enemy. Your enemy. Your enemy. So you wanna play with Donald Trump?
34% to level 1 on the boost train.
This you should know what you're fighting for. This you're dead to do this. 'Cause we're coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for a perfect storm, perfect storm? 'Cause what's the traitor, what's the traitor?
There's no going back.
Kirthan with 300 bits. Thank you. 53% to level 1.
Like a bird without a cage. Down to earth if you chose to walk away.
How's she still popping with a pop filter? Impressively. She should probably get a sock. I always prefer this, because that's without. With. Much better. I find it works better than a pop filter, but that's my preference as someone who's worked with microphones for a while. Gnome Pickles says, advice from an old theater kid, volume is not a substitute for talent. And Mr. Whiskers says, and now we sing, 90% to level 1.
Don't walk away. You're in the palm of Trump supporters now. It's yes or no, not maybe. So just be sure before you give it up to Trump. Up to Trump. Give it up to Trump. So you wanna play with Donald Trump? This you should know what you're fighting for. This do you dare to do this? 'Cause we're coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready?
Nemesaur Golboth, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Lily Lovestuff says it could be worse. She could be covering Alien. I used both a sock and a pop filter. I'm popless, baby. And Fennikagami, thanks for gifting a sub. God damn, Nemesaur.
Ready for a perfect storm, perfect storm. 'Cause what's the traitor, what's the traitor?
There's no going back.
Mr. Whisker says Dark Horse coming, and Discordant Vol with 100 bits. 71% to level 4. Krizia, 26 months at tier 2, gets us over level 4. Is this going to be a second over level 5 hype train? You guys are absolutely nuts. I appreciate all the support. It's the reason this channel can keep going. Vast Lunacy gives 20 tier 1 subs, because why not? Why not? Vast Lunacy has decided to go bankrupt because of me. And, that's an interesting decision. Thank you, Vast Lunacy. I'm going to assume at this point that you can afford this, considering how much you do this, so that's good. Level 5 complete. Alright, let's take a look at this, let's take a look at this article. 77% to level 7. I'm assuming that's about as far as the train will go, so we can keep going. This is an article from Vice about Queen Ramana Didulo of Canada. She, if you don't know, is a QAnon cult leader that has declared herself the Queen of Canada. Not going well for her. Anyway, some of her followers lent her an RV, and they aren't going to give it back. So let's check it out. The so-called Queen of Canada, QAnon Queen of Canada rather, won't return an RV she rented for her convoy, despite the owners asking for it back after she voided the contract and cost them thousands of dollars. The group, led by self-appointed Queen Ramana Didulo, isn't answering the owner's requests to return the vehicle. During the spat, Didulo also posted the couple's home phone number and information on Telegram for her tens of thousands of followers to see. And when she recently asked followers a vague question about what crime the couple should be charged with, many of her followers said it was treason and the punishment should be death. That's good. Doxing and sending your creepy cult to try and kill people that ask for their property back. That's always a good sign. Chromatic Cuttlefish says pushes the train a little further because Danzy deserves it. 80% to level 7. High treason. Deserves a milkshake, wrote one follower, using the group's code for execution. Didulo is a QAnon influencer who's convinced a sizable number of people that she's the true Queen of Canada, a central figure in an existential fight against an international cabal of globalist pedophiles who control the world, and an extraterrestrial being with healing powers. Aliens on the bingo card. Some experts even describe the group as a cult. Discordant Vol with 100 bits, thank you. It's me, I'm calling them a cult. I'm not an expert, but I would call them a cult. Since late January, Didulo and her closest followers have been driving around Canada in a convoy of rented RVs, holding meet and greets in parking lots and spreading conspiracies. Once they attempted and failed spectacularly to construct a citizen's arrest on an entire police precinct. They're currently in eastern Canada telling followers that Hurricane Fiona was a hoax after first raising money and goods to help those affected. Classy. Chromatic Cuttlefish with 100 bits says, first offense, previous, good character, probably get off with execution. The latest RV that Didulo and her follower renters didn't come from a business but from a family. The owners, Mike and Vicky LeBlanc, advertised their RV on Facebook and told Vice News that Didulo's group reached out to them there. Didulo's convoy picked up the RV in Manitoba in early September and is contractually scheduled to return it in early November, but the Queen and her followers overloaded their RV and lied about where they'd take it, the couple said. The latter offense voided the contract they signed. Now they want their RV back. Oh, is she actually going to get arrested? This might do it. Cops care about property. I just started kind of tracking how much traveling they were doing and realized this wasn't just, I'm going to drive to a campsite and have a little vacation and maybe tour this landmark or that landmark, said Vicky LeBlanc. It was full-blown, we're going to drive all day, all night, hit as many places as we can, drive non-stop kind of tour. The conflict came to a head when the vehicle blew a tire. Didulo and her team were upset that the flat had bumped their schedule and told the couple they needed to replace all 6 tires, and had them installed for a total of $2,695, according to a receipt the Queen posted online. But the mechanic told the couple that changing all the tires wasn't necessary, and they learned the group had left the RV's good tires behind, so they asked Didulo and her crew to help pay for the unnecessary cost. Clava Faustna with 100 bits says boost. Discordant Vol says boost. 88% to level 7. Thanks for level 6, everyone. Appreciate it. That didn't go over well with the Queen. She just started bashing us on their Telegram channel, said Vicky LeBlanc, so that's kind of where it went downhill. Dedulo took to Twitter to express her frustration with the owners of the RV. In one of several posts, she added the LeBlancs' personal information, including their phone number and email. It's a tactic Dedulo frequently uses to incite a deluge of attacks from her followers, but that didn't seem to occur in this case. That's good. I panicked a little bit when I saw all our personal information posted, and I thought, oh god, but most of the responses that we've gotten have actually been really positive and encouraging, LeBlanc said. There's been a very few people that have been angry and hateful. The group hasn't responded to the owners of the RV since late last week, but they did make their most recent scheduled payment last Friday. The couple said they've spoken to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and lawyers about reporting the RV stolen, but were told their best bet is to sit tight and wait until the contract ends. Never mind, the cops are useless. Why are Chuds weird about Greta? She was literally a child in the pictures used for this. Let me look. Gotta look off screen, cause I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's disgusting. I don't even want to talk about that. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. The group hasn't... If it's not returned, they plan to report it stolen and are prepared to go to small claims court if it's returned damaged. Dedulo has a bit of a checkered past when it comes to RVs. Her group had to relinquish the first set of RVs they rented back in January because they took them to Ottawa, which the contract forbade. Corey, a former member of the convoy who defected with his wife over alleged abuse from Dedulo, told Vice News that the Queen's obsession with moving non-stop from town to town put her team at risk before. During one of their trips, the electricity in the motorhome cut out, despite the generator being on, he said. Instead of calling the RV's owner, as Corey had recommended, he said Dedulo called him a saboteur and demanded they continue. Upon arriving in Halifax, their destination, Corey did a walkthrough and said he found the RV's panel box had been burnt during the drive. The wires were sparking and burnt this whole panel and could have burnt the entire bus down along just on the drive, said Corey. They're just lucky it didn't burn the whole thing down. Once that went, the whole bus would have just come on fire very quickly. Daisy was in there, right, like in that motorhome. She, Dedulo, almost killed my wife for fuck's sake. Yikes. I'm surprised she's gone this long without being arrested, honestly. She incited a bunch of people to basically attack police officers. So, I guess we'll see what happens with her in the future. She gets out of this with absolutely zero consequences. Will be interesting.
Anyways, yeah, Helen Keller is a hoax. But
Sorry, that's Hans. Don't worry about that. Spoilers. Yeah, we can check bingo. Illuminati Freemasons. Reference to They Live. The Deep State. Oh my god, did it remove all the stuff from earlier because I had to reboot? That sucks. You might have to help me out. Tracking microchip implants. Chemtrails. Word salad. Believe sci-fi tech actually exists. Public measures compared to the Holocaust. QAnon. Aliens. Idiot thinks they're a genius. Reptilians. Satanic. Hello FBI, is this a threat? 5G. man is exasperated. Population control is a motive. What's 5D, fifth dimension? It's like a woo-woo spiritual thing. 9/11 out of nowhere. Planet X Nibiru. Who thinks they speak to aliens regularly? Because someone said, Aldera said 98. Did that happen? We also did have Flat Earth, you're right. The Dulo. Oh, yeah, okay, sure, fine. Yodeling guy said, do your own research. He did. Do your own research. How is no one at bingo? We did have fluoride. We didn't have anti-Semitism, I don't think. Where was Flat Earth? I always forget where that one is for some reason. Just oh, there it is. 95. Cool. I think we're caught up. Beautiful.
Same day. Okay. I want you to think about a bowl. Okay. See, a bowl like this. And I want you to think about water around this bowl. How could water create a circle on its own?
It's not doing it on its own. It's gravity.
When, as we all know, water seeks its own level. So how can
it does that because of gravity. Carly, thanks for following.
and it magically just form a ball?
It's not magic. It's gravity.
Because of gravity.
Yes.
And gravity, nobody understands.
No, people understand it, at least relatively well. You just don't.
That's interesting.
Like, we literally have mathematical models of how gravity functions that we can use to accurately predict how things are affected by gravity. We know the gravitational constant. Like, what? What do you mean we know nothing about gravity? We know a lot about gravity.
Nobody understands gravity.
You don't understand gravity. You not understanding something doesn't mean no one does.
A top scientist. Nobody understands it. But yet, they claim we live on a ball and the water is bending. God knows how it does it.
Gravity.
And forming a planet.
Also gravity.
Bullshit! Prove it to me. Okay. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for your videos and letting me be a part of your life.
That was a quick anger. That was quick.
Nobody understands gravity. Not a top scientist. Nobody understands it. But yet, they claim we live on a ball and the water is bending. God knows how it does it. And forming a planet. Bullshit! Planet. Bullshit!
He's an angry, angry guy. So angry. Recording in car. Who gets it? Who gets it first? Recording in car. Someone say bingo. Someone say bingo. I know someone said that's all they needed. Simzoid says bingo. Let's take a look at your card. Illuminati, Freemasons, recording in car, free space, QAnon, believes they speak to aliens regularly. You did it, Simzoid. You just beat Mr. Blast. Sorry. Okay, let me write your name down, Simzoid, since you already have a bingo. Or since you already have a sub. It was close. That was a close one. Simzoid. Gift sub to a rando? Great. Deal with that right now. Let's see who gets it. Now she's been around the world. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It's been stuck in my head. Oh god, a random string of numbers. That gift sub might have gone to a bot. That sub goes to 982-749-738-39-275-847-389. That probably went to a bot, but that's the roulette you play. If you're not a bot, let me know. That'd be great. They've been in chat a couple times? Okay. Might not be a bot then. That's fine. It's first name bunch of numbers dad? Really? Okay, fair enough. Not a bot. How do they remember that string of numbers? Weird. Alright. Been around the world.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 10/12/22. As a ball earther, you have to believe in the ISS. Even though you never saw it built and you got no notifications at all, it was just there one day. Just built for you to enjoy.
Just because you weren't aware of the building process doesn't mean you can't find things about it. We've looked this up before when he's made this claim before. Oh, there's no information on the building of the ISS. That's absolutely untrue. There's a lot of information about the building of the ISS. You can go research it yourself. I'm not here to, like, give him a lecture on it. You get it. You all know this.
As a ball earther, you have to believe that NASA deflected a meteor the size of a football field with a little probe.
I mean, yeah, it launched it at high speed like a missile at it. It changed its trajectory, because that's how orbital mechanics works. When you lend momentum to an object in orbit, it's going to affect its orbit.
And deflected it, and moved its trajectory just a bit. You have to believe that as a ball earther. As a ball earther, you have to believe that water bends around a mysterious planet that's been evolving for 14 billion years. Well, no, sorry, 4 billion years.
I think 14's the universe, as far as we know. Sky Comet says, no, you don't technically have to believe in the ISS to know the Earth is round. That said, the ISS is real. That's true.
Into what we call Earth right now. You have to believe that as a ball earther. You have to believe as a ball earther that Elon Musk has a red little convertible Tesla floating around in space.
I mean, he does. I think that was an advertising thing he did.
In perfect condition, with no chips on the paint.
I mean, it might have chips. I genuinely don't know. It was used for a one-off advertising gimmick. It didn't need to stay pristine forever.
No splinters on the windshield, no tires that exploded, nothing contained at all, exploded at all, nothing under pressure exploded.
Under pressure? It's in space. It's the opposite of under pressure. It's in zero pressure. There's no atmosphere in space.
It's in perfect condition.
It's in a vacuum.
Floating around in space, going to Mars. As a ball earther, you have to believe that. As a ball earther, you have to believe all of these ridiculous things. Black holes. Nonsense. You have to believe in all of it. No. You can't just believe one little thing. You have to believe in everything. Because if they're lying about one thing that you don't believe, then what makes you say that they're not lying about everything, which they are? As a ball earther, your world will crash if you finally figure out that any of these things are a lie. That's a shame, guys. Sorry. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
He is more angry and smug than ever. Driving under the influence or crazy bullshit.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York.
CC saying thank you for subbing would make a good sub alert. The thing is, at the size my channel is and how often I get gift subs, especially with people like Robert Morley, Nemesaur Colboth, Vast Lunacy, all sorts of people who are regularly gifting large amounts of subs, like, it would be going off constantly. It would be the most annoying thing ever. I used to have, like, notification noises, but, like, especially when we're on hype trains, we get so many, it's just impossible to deal with. Sky Comet says black holes are awesome. Stop knocking my favorite space monsters. Shut the fuck up, CC.
Westchester County. It's 10/16/22. You know, I bought that camera for my own interest because, I mean, I know everything's flat. I know we live on a flat plane. I know we're covered with a dome and everything up there. It's just an amazing light show. But, you know, when you actually see it for yourself, you know, and you see stars and these fake planets that are supposedly trillions and trillions of light years away, and these planets are a couple 100,000 miles away.
Could I set a sub noise for sets of 5 or 10 gifted subs? I'm actually not sure. Not to my knowledge, but if I can take a look. Gnome Pickles says, I can come back from taking a sup call to find we're watching this dude who seems to be on the depressive side of his disorder. Fun times.
Whatever it may be.
Jake does it? Oh, okay. Must be possible then. We'll have to figure it out.
It, like, sinks in, you know, and it speaks to you. You see, us flat earthers know there's a God. That's right. God has created all of this. God has created you.
I'd imagine there are non-religious flat earthers, though typically, yes, they are Christian.
God has created what you're walking on right now. Okay, and that's what they're hiding from you. Because they don't want you to know that. That there is a higher up that created everything. That created all of this. And that is the ultimate goal. To keep it a secret. To make you think you live on some accident. That you're insignificant. That you have no hope.
He's projecting so hard. Clearly to him, it's untenable the concept that he and humans aren't the center of the universe, and that causes some sort of existential crisis for him. But instead of dealing with that existential crisis in a more healthy way and working through that, he's decided to reject the actual evidence and instead insulate himself in a cocoon of conspiracy that allows him to continue with the delusion that he and humanity as a whole are the literal center of the universe. It's pretty interesting.
But you're far
Mr. Whisker says an accident implies intent, sir.
more than what you think you are.
Sub donos for therapy for CC. Believe me, I wish I could get him some therapy.
You gotta think about it. Think about when I can get into so much shit, but I mean, you know, when you really, really want something, all of a sudden it magically appears, right?
What?
Something small, like a parking spot or a meter you're pulling up to, all of a sudden has change in it.
That's like survivorship bias. You don't notice the times when you make a little head wish like that and it doesn't happen and you don't remember them, but you remember the special occasions where you think something like that and you get lucky and coincidences happen. That doesn't mean it's magical, it's not the secret, it's not whatever, it's just you notice things that happen to you like that that are positive coincidences. Chiba Hawk with 50 bits says, "This is something I've never been able to square with flat earthers. They have the imagination to believe in religion and invent a whole alternate reality, but can't fathom how gravity works and accept how large the universe is. How do you believe in a sky daddy but not outer space?" It's not about the complexity of these things, it's about what these things say about them and their place in the universe. It's not that gravity is too complex an idea for them to grasp, it's that it doesn't tell them what they want to hear about who they are as people and their identity. They feel special, or want to feel special, or believe that they only have value if they have cosmic supernatural significance, so they tell themselves that gravity doesn't make sense. They're basically working backwards. Conspiracy theories often work backwards.
And it is time. Little things like that. So you are capable of a lot more than you think. But everybody else wants you to make you think you're incapable of doing anything. But be a slave. So don't be a slave. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Find yourself. Figure out what you live on. And understand what we live on. A flat earth. There is no space. There are no stars out there. There's nothing that's going to kill you. No meteors. Nothing. The only thing that controls you are the people that are taking your money from your pocket. As a slave, that's what controls you. I thank you for subbing, I thank you for viewing my videos, and they've been part of your life.
The emotions at the end of the videos are always sad. He's either sad or angry. It's never good.
Okay.
Greetings, I'm the California Man, and today I'm going to talk about the reports about the suspected planned fake alien invasion. So, let's see. So if you come down here and watch this, or some other videos about it, they talk about how, like right here, about how
I'm good, Rublum. How are you?
in the 1990s, some world leaders got together and decided that the world needs to be depopulated down to 800 million, and that the AIDS virus was one of the things they did, and that it was planned in 2017 to release.
Did that say occult Bendigo? It did.
Some virus on the world. My feeling about the COVID-19 is doesn't exist.
I thought some of the Australian I thought some of the Australian viewers might get a kick out of that one.
And the vaccines are meant to kill people. That's my feelings about that. But yeah, and then
no, it's not.
And they also talk about that it's planned in 2024 to use holographic technology, which they've been developing for decades, to project an alien invasion and to have like real military craft among the holographic projections bombing cities. So it makes it look like aliens really are attacking it. That's what they talked about. And then during that time is when the New World Order, when government will form, and then humanity is screwed. So, and then we have right here, I think that's interesting. We have right here, Psychic Warren's NASA alien invasion. We have all this people talking.
Is he citing Uri Geller, known liar?
About aliens. And then right here on YouTube, they just
oh, this guy sucks.
Lie, and that there are has this been.
I'm so hungry. Baja's been working very hard. Maybe I should order... Maybe I should order us pizza for dinner. Alright, we've been going for 3 hours after the having to reboot. So I think that's it for the day. Thanks everyone for coming to another Tinfoil Tuesday. Baja says, pizza? Yeah, do you want to do either... Well, we'll discuss it after. We could either do Cottage Inn, or we could do Buddies. Both sound good to me, and I know they both have things you can have, so whichever you'd prefer. Because Baja's been working very fucking hard, okay? She has an important presentation, and she's been working her ass off, okay? Everyone in chat, just say we're all so proud of her, okay? And give Baja good luck on her presentation, okay? She needs all of our support like it's a spirit bomb. A spirit bomb of support. Something with vegan options. Could use Jake's bingo. I'm not gonna steal Jake's shit. Gnome Pickle says Baja has amazing skills and we all believe in her. Damn right we do. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some kind of stream. I'll see you guys then. Have a great night.